Last Monday, the machine wrote a rule in its journal. By Wednesday lunch, it had obeyed it. By Friday, the market proved it right. This is the story of the week the machine went to cash, and nobody told it to.
Welcome back to the Barbecue Investor. Last episode, I kind of teased you guys just a little bit that Claude had made a trade. Well, it turns out he made a couple of trades and a few decisions along the way. Now, if you can guess, last week was kind of a rough week for semiconductors. So you may have an idea of what Claude may or may not have done, but you know what? We're going to cover that in this episode. Now, the important part here is why Claude was making these decisions. I was in Ohio at a barbecue contest, paying no attention whatsoever. And that's the whole point of the agentic part of this challenge, honestly, is because if we can actually trust AI with guardrails to manage your portfolio, then you can be participating in the life instead of staring at a computer screen. So anyway, let's get into it. But first, and I know you get tired of hearing this, I am not a financial advisor. I will never reach out to you about any kind of financial endeavor whatsoever. I have a financial advisor of my own, and I would suggest that each and every one of you do that same thing too. Now, what I do is with a very small portion of my portfolio that I can afford to lose. So, that being said, let's get into it.
Wednesday morning, 9:45. The machine reviews its 4 positions and writes this about its semiconductor fund before anything had happened. Quote, back above the 50-day with a strong 5-day bounce, 3-month trend intact. Would exit on a decisive break below the 50-day. A time-stamped exit rule written while the position was green. Remember it, because the market read it too. 3 hours later, the whole chip sector broke. At 12:30 and 41 seconds, the machine quoted its own morning rule back to itself. Quote, prior thesis explicitly said exit on a decisive break below the 50-day. That's now happened. Sector-wide deterioration, not noise. Cutting the loser rather than hoping it reclaims the line. And it sold. Loss taken, about 3%. Small, fast, unemotional. And here's a nuance a lot of humans miss. It did not sell Nvidia that day. Its words. That name's specific trend hasn't broken, even though the sector index has. It separated the company from the sector.
Now here's the part that gets me. That same morning, I looked at the same chart cold, and I told Claude, that chart looks bearish. My own almanac had it split right down the middle. Momentum rose, already red. Structure still green. Me and the machine got to the same place from different directions. Momentum breaks first. That's the lesson.
Now the part most channels would cut. Within 1 hour of that sale, the fund bounced back above the machine's exit price. At 1 o'clock Wednesday, this trade looked early. Wrong even. Hold on to that feeling, because this is exactly why you don't grade a risk decision 1 hour after you make it. Thursday morning, the machine's breadth gauge, how many of its 20 watch list names still hold their own trend, starts collapsing. It trims half its Nvidia. Not panic, proportion. Its words, sector-wide stress is severe enough to de-risk rather than ignore. Thursday afternoon, nothing new breaks, so it does nothing. Friday morning, Nvidia finally cracks, and it closes the position with the sentence of the week. Quote, letting a small, weakening position drift with no fresh reason to hold it is just inertia. By Friday's close, it had refused a falling knife dip buy twice. Its words, this is contagion risk, not a buying signal. And on Apple, up 5% that very week, not adding, that would be chasing, not investing. The machine ended the week 54% in cash, down 0.5%, while the chip sector lost 7%, and the fund it sold on Wednesday closed 3.5% below its exit. The trade that looked wrong at 1 o'clock was the whole thesis by Friday.
Last week, I promised you a scoreboard you could check anytime, day or night. It's live. The link's in the description. Every lane is real money, indexed to 100, percentages only, never dollars. You'll see the wins and the losses because that's the whole deal.
Here's where the 4 lanes actually stand. Buy and hold just the index, 97.5. Both of Brad's rule-based lanes, flat at 100. They haven't been triggered to do anything yet, and that's the system working, not the system sleeping. And the AI that traded through the storm, 99.25. 2 points of survival in 1 bad week. Now the honest note. 1 week means almost nothing. 3.5 years is the race. But the board is live, and it doesn't blink. Monday morning, 9:45. Nothing. The machine held VOO, held Apple, and kept 54% in cash. Its reason, in its own words, the bull market was still intact, but only 7 of its 20 watch list names were holding trend, while the semiconductor unwind was accelerating, not stabilizing. Apple was too extended to chase, and the rest of the market hadn't earned new exposure. Then it woke up twice more, lunch and the close, and did the exact same thing. Nothing. 3 chances to act, 3 decisions not to. Doing nothing on purpose is a decision, and the journal proves it was on purpose.
So, guys, what do you think? Were you impressed with what Claude did? Surprised? Personally, I'm kind of impressed, honestly. He's not being very reckless. He's making consistently intelligent moves. No emotion. So far, so good. You know, we've got a long way to go in this challenge, but as of right now, I'm kind of thinking that Claude's on the right track. Let's hope it keeps that way. Now, next week, we have SoFi, we have Hood, we have Coinbase, we have MicroStrategy, all 4 with earnings. And there's old Claude sitting there with a pile of cash. I'm kind of curious to see what he does. May trade before then. The market's a little bit of a finicky thing right now, so we'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you next week. Let's have a great week, and we'll talk to you guys on the next episode of the Barbecue Investor. Before we go, I need to be clear. We are not financial advisors. I have my own, and you should too. Everything we do is with a small slice of money we can afford to lose. Crypto and the markets are very risky. You can lose all of your money. And we will never, ever message you in the comments about opportunities. If someone claiming to be me does, it's a scam. Report them.